Hello everyone, this is the Introverted Positron, and thank you for once again joining me in the completion corner where we are completing Super Mario Galaxy 2. So, last time we got World 2 finally completed. We have lots more to do. I hope that in a way that this is kind of the more interesting part of this Let's Play to watch. Because I'm not simply experiencing things that I've seen before, and I'm also having to think a little bit outside the box to find and get some of these things. And I'm enjoying it, actually. I mean, I complain about it, and I've complained about it a few times, actually. And there's good reasons. Like, I don't like the fact that it's here with everything else. I wish that we were gathering these things while we were doing everything else, and that they didn't kind of reset the level every single time. That's kind of the way I feel about it, and I know that they went in that direction with Super Mario 3D Land in World, which, I mean, 3D Land's not my favorite Mario game. I completed it incredibly easily. It took me like a few days to finish it and then complete it, because you have to. It's a game where you sort of beat it twice. It's like you go through a second round of levels, but they're similar to the previous ones, but I don't think they're exactly the same. The last boss was really cool though. Although I think it was much better executed in Super Mario 3D World. But I mean, that's kind of the point, right? Is that sometimes we come up with things that are not perhaps up to the standards that some people would like, but at the same time we still learn from them. There it is. Anyway, I saw that somewhere. And so, ooh, that's not what I meant to do. Let me back up. You were totally dead, bird. And that's what happens for a lot of series. I mean, it depends on the purpose too, right? Because sometimes motives play a really big part in terms of our capabilities and our final products when it comes to things like games or art in general. Because sometimes people are forced to make certain things, and they're forced to make them certain ways. And I don't think that company intervention is always a bad thing in some things, because it helps things to go at a good pace, because a lot of artists would never release their stuff if they didn't have kind of some kind of motivation in terms of timing and schedule. Because I mean, perfection is something that people want to see in their work, especially for an artistic level, and then yeah. And then it's just never done, because it's never quite to the standard that you were hoping for. At least that's my interpretation of some of it. I know that that doesn't describe everybody, and I would never claim that it does. But it is something that does certainly happen. Yeah. All right. So we've already got one green star here. So we'll move on to the next one, wherever that may be. Yeah. And it's probably not that far off. Whoa! Whoa! Okay. Don't scare me like that. Jeez. I thought the spin wasn't working for a second there. What was I even talking about? Something. Let's definitely talk about something. Okay, there we go. Yes. I'm not here for that stuff. Oh. Hi! I hope this works. There we go. See, that's what the spin jump's actually really good for, is adjusting. Really good for adjusting. I mean, I think I've talked before about how it reminds me of the cape in Super Smash Bros. From Mario. In later games, of course. I know in 64 version, the cape wasn't there. At least, I don't think it was. That's probably the version I played the least. Just because it came out when I was pretty young. And my brother always wanted to play it, and my parents were a little overprotective at that point. They kind of let up a little bit later on, but they were really overprotective and didn't want me playing Smash Bros. Of all things. I mean, I know it's violent, but at the same time, I mean, Mario itself is kind of violent when you think about the fact that you're crushing creatures by jumping on them. Of course, that's not the connections we make as kids. And that's kind of the whole argument for it, is that the connections we make are very different, and also the influence they have can be very subtle. It's not that people will go out and commit crimes, it's that it will affect your perspective on the world, if only in a small way, and not necessarily in a good way. But anyway, I'm not going to get into those politics, because I can guarantee that lots of people disagree with me. And that's fine. That's the whole point, right? Is that we have different perspectives because we talk about these perspectives. Ignoring other perspectives is exactly how you don't learn anything. And that's what it is, though, is that, I mean, we talk about, and there are, of course, facts and opinions and all that stuff, and sometimes it's hard to sort out the two. They're not the same thing, though. That is something I am willing to testify towards. They are definitely not the same thing. But it is sometimes hard for people to sort what those two things are. And it's fair, to be honest. Especially in a world where there's so much information that's being put out there, and not a lot of it is necessarily going to be true. Wait, I feel like I can probably see it from here. That's something. There it is. I'm coming for you. Well, at least I think that's it. Either that or it's the regular star. It's hard to tell because of the sunlight if it's green or not. But I think that's the regular star over there. So yeah, I think we're pretty much about to get it. Which would be awesome because that would be less than half of the episode length. So who knows, maybe we will finally get 3 galaxies done today. That would make me really happy. Just to kind of get things moving. That's the only problem I have with this, with switching up not the scheduling. I mean, I switched it back because I was feeling this way. But with setting up the episode, with changing the episode lengths, is I feel, relatively speaking, that it's moving at a very slow pace now, and it's not even necessarily true. Because yes, I am playing less time per episode, but I'm still putting out the same amount of content every day. Or no, not every day and every week, which is kind of the important part on that front. And in terms of like how long I'm playing it, I'm still playing it for the same amount of time regardless. It's all that I really need. But nonetheless, the time change in and of itself does kind of affect the way I am perceiving it. And that's kind of the part I have a little bit of trouble with. That's why I'm so happy when I'm going forward. It's not because I'm excited to finish the game. I mean, I'm excited to play new things here. That is certainly true. But at the same time, like, I am enjoying this game. I'm enjoying it for what it is. And I'm trying not to look too far into the future just because, I mean, you need to live in the present too. Yeah, okay, they're both here. Interesting. Now how do I go about doing this? I think what I'm going to have to do is this. Yep, that works. Okay. Yep, 9 minutes. So we'll see. It all depends on how long the next galaxy takes me. Let's see. So that's another one done. I mean, it feels like it's going faster right at the moment, though. And that's probably because of the fact that I've had a bit of a break. And I think I have it a little bit more in perspective. We're getting closer and closer to finishing off this game as we go along. And that's kind of sad in a way, because I have really enjoyed playing this game. But I'm excited to move on to other things, and to finally have my component cables, which are coming in sometime soon. I finally ordered them. I finally got the money that I needed, which sounds funny because component cables are not very expensive. But I just started a new job recently, and didn't have one before that because I was in school and didn't want to. I had a job before that, but I had saved up enough, so I reduced my debt, and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna get into all those details because it's a little too much for this channel. But yeah, so I started a new job recently, and yeah, it's only like it just started to pick up in the last couple months, which is good. It's what I needed, especially while I'm trying to also run this channel, which lately I feel like I haven't been doing as successfully as I would have liked. But I mean, we're not always gonna be happy with the way we perform in certain things. That's just a fact in a way. I hear you. Okay, where is it? Yeah, I always forget how big this galaxy is. This one was also the one with the slide, wasn't it? Feels like it was a long time ago. But I mean, when I really think about it, it was not all that long ago. Oh, come on. No! No, not this again. Oh. Oh, that's not fun. We're going all the way up. Actually, there's another way for me to do that. I can easily increase how far and high I am. Elevation, speaking. By jumping and then eating it while I'm in the air. Simple, but should actually affect it. Of course, I didn't actually do it because who wants to do actual things? But yeah. Like that. Yeah, that was also one of my worries. Oh, cool. But that really did affect it. Alright. So now, all I need to do is this. Oh. That was a fail. And this! Okay, that was fun. Next stop. Actually, that's the one thing about playing a lot of platformers like this after time, is that it becomes more about knowing the mechanics than it does about solving interesting, like, ideas or thoughts. And I know that sounds weird to some people, but that's the kind of stuff I enjoy. There's a couple games I really want to play on here. I really want to play the Talos Principle on here at some point. And that's not going to be too soon. I already own the game, actually, so that's not the issue. I'm just trying to think of how well it would place here. And I don't think it's a game that's worth me playing if nobody's going to watch it. Still, like, it's a really fun game. But I think a good experiment for that will be to see how people react to me playing Witness on here, which is a game I'm trying to buy right now. There's that and one other game that I want to buy for this channel. One I've been trying to get my hands on for a while, and it looks like there's a very good chance that in the coming Steam sale that I'll get a good deal on it. Which I really do hope that that's going to happen. Because, yeah, I've wanted to play this game for a while now. It is exactly the kind of game that I'll enjoy. I shouldn't say that. Because, I mean, I love things that require me to think more. And both in terms of the way the story is done and in terms of the game itself. And I don't mean, like, super overly complex story. I mean that the story actually has some interesting ideas in it. And I shouldn't... Anyway. Okay, so I already hear the green star. Well, let's take a look for it. Hi, life. That's good. We're actually building up some lives. Ah! No, let me eat you! We're not going in there. Not yet. I think what I can do is actually quite simple. Which button is... Okay, yeah. So what I want to do is, it's the not vertical, but the horizontal distance that I need to make up. So all I need to do is this. I have his tongue ready to go. I jump over here, and there we go. That should give me lots of extra time to... Oh, whoa, why did I stop? No! You failed me, Yoshi. Ah, close enough, though. Well, not really, but close that I know I can get on the next run, assuming I don't somehow randomly die. You know what? That works, too. I thought maybe that was possible, but I want to try it, especially since the balloons were right there, and that seemed like the more straightforward method to me. Which is funny because it actually really wasn't. Alright, done. That's 2 of the 3. We have 1 more to go, 4 minutes to do it in terms of the video time, so it looks like it's just going to be 2 galaxies, but that's alright. It's 2 big galaxies, which is the good news. By that I mean there's 3 stars here. Some have 2, some have 3, as we've sort of talked about before. And it's, yeah, you double the number of stars in the game. So I think I have finished with 120. So there should be 240. Which we're actually, like, well on our way to getting. Wait, that's not right. Don't I have, like, 250 right now? No, I definitely don't have 250 right now. Yeah. What do I have right now? 161. Yeah, no, that's right, 240. So there's like 80 stars left. In other words, I've already gotten 40 stars. There's another 80, so I'm already like... Okay, yeah, so they actually are evenly divided. That's kind of funny. Okay, let's just get up here quickly. Alright, so it looks like it's gonna be on the slide. The question is where on the slide? Because I know the way these work and it's not gonna make me wait until the end of the slide. Alright, so this is something I usually have trouble with regardless. So the fact that I'm also looking for a green star is not going to help me out. I mean, I didn't have that much trouble. I think I had to try it like twice. But still. It is something I'm going to have to make sure I'm okay with. Because I don't know what to expect. For all I know, it could be in some weird location. It could be in some easy location. It could really go either way. That was close. We'll see. I'm actually kind of surprised I haven't already seen it, to be completely honest. We'll see. I don't hear it yet either, so I don't think I've missed it. I thought that star bit might be it, but that's definitely not it. Oh! No! Alright, now I know where it is. Okay, so I'll stop looking around now. I can easily get to that. And we'll finish this with good time. Bye! I remember long jumping onto the slides in Super Mario 64, and you get hurt, which was kind of funny. Of course, that was just because of the way that damage worked, and because of the fact that they slope down, so you actually gain quite a vertical distance. So that was just kind of funny. Elevation, I guess, is the better way of putting that, more efficient way of saying vertical distance. I am used to thinking of things like on an X and Y axis, which is why I kind of think of things like that. It's what happens when you're educated in what I'm educated in. Alright. So let's do these. Yeah, I thought that might happen. That spot's actually a really bad spot for me dying. I think that's already happened a couple times in this playthrough. Of course, this is the last time I need to do the slide, which is the good news. I mean, I really enjoy this level, and it's kind of a nice... ooh, okay. That's not how you do it. And it's kind of a nice like reference to Super Mario 64 because that was where these kinds of levels first really popped up. And they weren't really in Galaxy. I mean, not Galaxy. They were in Galaxy, I think. There was, I think, one in Galaxy. I can't remember for sure. But they weren't really in Sunshine, which is really too bad. But I mean, the main reason why they do... Actually, there was one level, but not quite like this. It wasn't a course, it was don't fall in the pits and don't accidentally go so fast that you skip over the star. Or Shine Sprite, I guess is what they're called in that. But I mean, it could have been really fun with the mechanics in the game. I'd like to see something pull off Sunshine's mechanics a little bit better than it was then. That's the only reason why it's not, like, objectively speaking, like, the best Mario game in my opinion. Is because of the fact that the mechanics just weren't, like, handled that well, and because, I mean, the Bowser fight sucked. But I mean, with Mario, the final boss fights aren't usually all that great anyway. And I say that with some, like, reservation, because there are some great final boss fights in Mario games. But not usually. It's not kind of the expectation for the games for that to happen. There are some excellent boss fights at times. But most of them are pretty forgettable, to be honest. It's more about the platforming and the courses and whatnot. I think 64 had some of the more memorable bosses, and Sunshine had a little bit, but it didn't have that many. Anyway, we're gonna just end things there. That's another 2 galaxies down, as usual. We're making the progress at the rate that we should be making the progress, which is good. Hopefully I don't run into any more stars that will cause me really big issues, like the one that I had to launch off of, which I think, looking back at the actual video, is probably one of my favorite videos that I've made. I just had so much fun, like, just talking during it, and I was having fun with the whole experience, even though I was really frustrated with the star. And that's something that I don't usually, like, hear too often when I'm listening to these things. Not that I don't think that I'm, like, not that I believe that I'm doing an awful job at this, or that I'm not enjoying myself. I'm definitely enjoying myself. In fact, I think one of the issues I have when I'm doing this is I reassure myself and you guys I'm doing that too often. I just need to enjoy myself. But live and learn, right? As the famous Blue Hedgehog, well, didn't say, but the people who wrote music for it did. We're gonna end things there. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Either way, I encourage you to leave constructive criticism in the comments, as it helps to improve the quality of my videos and hopefully also the quality of your enjoyment. If you wish to see more of my content, you can click on the left side of the video for the previous episode, the right side of the video for either the next episode or a recommended video, and you can click on my channel icon in the center to subscribe to my channel for further notifications on my content. So thank you again, have a great day, and I'll see all of you very, very soon.